Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Well, again, you also do photography and video work too?
So I'm getting into video work. That's my, that's my son's, gig. He's getting into video editing and stuff like that. But, so the video stuff, I mean, it's like changing your oil to me. I know how to do it. I just don't want to do it.
Right.
know? So it's, I can do it. It's just a whole different type of creativity to me, so, cause there's so much more that you can do. With video, with filters and editing and zooming and everything, where a photo I think is a little more challenging, when it comes to trying to tell a story or relay a message or anything like that. So, not that I choose photos over videography for that reason. It's just where my passion pulls me is photography.
Yeah, I could tell that when I met you, when we were there at Rhinestone, within just a couple of minutes of our conversation, you were like, hey, dude, stand right there. And you started taking shots of me. And they were really cool shots. There's some great new headshots. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're here with Jimmy Compton. Again, Jimmy Compton sounds like Texas. He's a super talented guy. Again, what do you call this? A leathersmith? A leather...
Leathercraft, leatherwork, I hate using the word, like leather artist, but some people, use that term as well. But
again, a great photographer and a resident of Fort Worth, which is becoming the new Hollywood, it seems like, here in Texas, man.
Yes, sir.
You've had a couple of cool recent appearances on Landman, which is like the most popular show in town. It's so cool. Talk to me a little bit about what you've done on Landman and.
So it's all been just background extra stuff, just playing rig workers or the one, the episode 4, I was a patient. So I'm there just laid in the hospital bed and got to be on screen with, with those guys. So I mainly, a buddy of mine, Matt, he's another silversmith you'd probably look into. Hallett Peak is the name of his company. He does, matter of fact, he does this brim biter right here. You've probably seen.
Oh,
this.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, he was doing some background stuff, and he was like, "Man, you ought to check this out. It's just right there in Fort Worth." And I'm like, "All right, screw it." So I set up a profile and got a booking request. So went and did an episode of The Madison, which is it's a spinoff. It's another Yellowstone spinoff that stars Michelle Pfeiffer. So did that one, and then Matt's from Arkansas, so he drove in for that one, and so I'm like, I'm already on the site. I just started submitting for all these open calls, and then before I know it, man, I'm like going down and doing Landman, and so that was fun. I got to do like 8 or 9 episodes. Literally only been 2 times, and then my truck has been in another scene. So it's just, it's just fun. For me, I was, I got into it because I wanted to see the operation side of things, because the photography side, the camera nerd in me is like looking at all these camera rigs and, these lenses that are, 10 feet long and whatever. But just geeking out over the equipment, the process of what they're going through for filming and stuff like that. So it's a big learning process for me, but now I've got an interest in, I want to do like stills photography, the behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
I mean, dude, I think, man, I would love to get into that, but joining the union is not free. So
is it not?
No, it's not. No.
You're talking about like the Screen Actors Guild?
So they have unions for different types of work, and for stills photography, there's a union that's just for those guys. And it's, I guess it's public knowledge what the fees are, but it's, to join a union, to be a stills photographer, it's, I want to say it's $11,000.
Oh my goodness.
And then the fees are $500 a quarter. So it's, it's not cheap, and, and then there's no guaranteed work. So I don't even know, it's a big risk, to do, but, if you make good relationships and you put out good work and you're quick on your turnaround, then, it shouldn't be an issue.
Had you ever done acting work before that?
No.
You never were in like a school play or anything?
No, the only time I tried to be in a school play, they canceled it because we didn't have enough participants. So that was my...
Miss Snyder is going to have to get up there and do something too. They canceled it. I love that. We're here with Jimmy Compton again, who... I mean, I don't know. It's cool to me. I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't watch Landman or Yellowstone or a whole lot of TV, but I do love Westerns. I obviously love Texas. I love the fact that it's all about like Fort Worth and it's being shot in Fort Worth. And, you know, another thing I really love about Landman, it seems like the soundtrack, they're using so many Texas artists and songs, which so it's like super cool, man. How was the catering there on set?
Oh, man, the catering is over the top. It's
what are they eating? What's Billy Bob Thornton? Are you eating the same thing that Billy Bob Thornton's eating?
No, man. We don't even like. We can look at those guys from afar, but that's about it. Yeah. They're when we go in to do this, they brief us to not, don't engage the main characters and stuff. They're in character, then whatever. And and I get it because there's people that want to do selfies and get autographs and stuff like that. And it's, I wouldn't, I can understand how it would make their job more difficult when you're having to bat people away the whole time. Yeah. But the catering is, every set that I've ever been on so far has been, they've got snacks. They've got these, probably 3 or 4, 8-foot tables that are just covered with shit from Costco. And then they'll bring in, like actual catering, like, I don't know, freaking name something fancy like meatloaf or steak or whatever. It's all good. And then you go and eat that, and then after that they'll bring Domino's pizza and pile up a table with pizza. So it's like, you're never.
There's a lot of like standing. So you when I texted you one time, I think, or we talked something, and you were like, "Man, I've been on set for like 10 hours or 8 hours." I read a post or something that you said. And so it's just like a lot. What do you do like when you're waiting around?
You just sit and look at the wall of whatever room you're in. I mean, there's other people there, so you strike up conversations with the other extras, and after a while, when you go to set after set after set, you start seeing the same people. So it's you just kind of pick up where you left off from the last time you saw them.
That's crazy, man. That's
like
cool.
we did a movie in Huntsville, which is 11 days about the prison standoff that happened in '74.
When did you do this?
They shot the month of October, so they finished October 31st.
So there's like a new movie about the Hunts. Say that again.
It's called 11 Days.
Okay,
and it's about the standoff, the prison standoff that happened in '74.
Oh, when they were rioting and all that stuff. Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
So I got to play an inmate in that one.
Really?
That was a hostage. So you might see me in that one too. But,
that's cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah, we got to shoot in the actual room where the actual standoff happened. It was pretty cool.